Hello, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will show you how I took Sabrina Carpenter's short and sweet tour, sculpted it in Nomad, and 3D printed it, turned it into a dollhouse. I first started with the closet. Here I am removing the supports. These are really important for the structural integrity of it. These are faux drawer faces. I'm removing them from the support raft, whatever the heck. I use any cheap acrylic paint. It doesn't matter which paint you go with. I'm painting these little faux lights that are inside of Sabrina's closet. They're like little heart marquee lights. Her closet doesn't have these cute little heart drawer pulls, but I added them because they're cute. These are the faux light bulbs. I did not know that I was going to actually add lights yet, and so I made these fake. But I wish I could go back and add little lights in them, but I can't. I use vinyl and plastic glue to glue the pieces together. Since the 3D printer uses PLA, which is plastic, this is the best stuff for it. And acrylic paint is also plastic, so it's all plastic. And then I glue the other two off camera. I'm putting the fake drawer fronts on. In a different universe, I would have made these real, like to be able to pull in and out, but that's just too much time. Sometimes you have to just decide to not make things that detailed. But it would be really cute. I just messily put these on there. They ended up looking cute. There was a little scuff on the drawer, but I got it with an X-Acto knife. And then I glued on the other marquee lights. I'm taking the supports off of the hung up clothes that will be going in the little coves of the closet. Then I carefully paint, again, with that cheap acrylic paint. I mix it with some airbrush flow medium. It's just what I had on hand, and one time I tried it, and it ended up working really well. I also use nail art brushes because they're very cheap and they're the smallest brushes that I found. I've tried the miniature art brushes for D&D miniatures and stuff, and they are just not small enough. Pop a color with the yellow. And then I just put a really thick coat of Mod Podge. I use the finest glitter I can. Since it's a miniature, it's best to use the smallest glitter possible. And then this one, another coat of Mod Podge, and then green glitter. Ooh. Some silver or intergalactic glitter. Another coat of Mod Podge. The Mod Podge can be messy as long as you got like a toothpick to clean up the edges later. The bodysuit, I'm removing the supports. I use the smaller nozzle to print these smaller pieces, the 0.2, and smaller layers to get the really finely detailed things printed well. For the lace, I just kind of loosely did it. It didn't really matter that much. It ended up looking fine. I just kind of speckled it. When I sculpted it in Nomad, gave it like this intricate pattern. And then again, thick layer of Mod Podge. Not sponsored. Mod Podge, if you want to sponsor me. I don't know, that would be cool. God, I go through so much. I just dropped it in the glitter and just coated it. And then just did some dabbling for the lace part. Now for the Juno outfit. Making sure that it fits before I paint it. Oftentimes I will paint things or finish things and then realize that it's not the right size and I have to completely redo it. So again, using the intergalactic glitter. Now for this one though, I had to keep the glitter separate. A little neckline, I had to kind of guess. And then this skirt, I put way too much on the bottom part, and then it was fine though, because I just used my toothpick and I scraped it away. Now the pink part. Now I start with the heart on the boot because that's the smallest, most detailed part. Dip it in that pink, and then I shaped it a little bit, and then I just went for the intergalactic color one, the silver. More Mod Podge, more sprinkling. More Mod Podge, more sprinkling. More Mod Podge. And more sprinkling. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Now this, I was panicking here because I kept trying to put the clothes in the closet, but they were not fitting. I don't know what I was thinking, why I thought that this would work. Yeah, I kept trying. Oh, and then I figured it out. Bam. I knew exactly what I was doing the whole time. Now the shorter ones. Now the other side, the clothes, when I printed it, the hanger snapped right off of it, and I didn't want to reprint it, so I just made them into folding clothes. I just cut them up. Now I put the bodysuit in its little display, in the Juno outfit in its little display. Cute. So I hot glued the closet floor onto the left platform. And then I put the right closet side on. And then the left closet side. Carefully. Okay. These are little columns. They are different sizes because one has to be a little higher. These support the deck or the third floor, I guess. I don't know if the bathroom's on 4th floor. I don't know. These are support layers that are cool, okay? And they pop right off. Beautiful. I took an X-Acto knife to make it a little bit smoother, but it didn't even matter because you're not even gonna see that. Ooh. Okay. The lights. This is where I was like, I'm gonna add lights. And then I was like, let's do it, dude. Let's go all in. This is a little tunnel, a little channel that I'm making for the wire that's gonna go to the back. So I'm heating up the X-Acto knife because then it goes through the plastic easier. These LED lights I got from Row Life. I did not end up using this hot pink PVC because the LED bleached it, I guess. I don't know. It took all the pink out of it. Yeah. So then I took vellum and a red Sharpie and made the light red, which is actually more biblically accurate to the Sabrina stage for bedchem. So, worked out. And remember, this is not pink. I take that out later, but I don't show you guys. There was something in that hot glue, but I got it out of there. And then with that bit of hot glue, it was able to attach to the ceiling of the bedroom, which is the bottom of the deck. This is the back bedroom wall, the only bedroom wall. You can see that I cut it on the top there because I made it too tall. Just cut some off, that's fine. Now we're hot gluing down the pillars, columns, pillars, whatever. I did mark out where I was going to put these before, but you just didn't see it. but I did. I didn't just guess, although normally I do. And then it would not stand up on its own here, driving me nuts because I just wanted to see what it was going to look like. So I had to get on the stairs. I 3D printed these as well, obviously, taking out the supports there. And it was really hard not messing up the poles. I'm running the lighter over it because there's like little plastic fibers from the nozzle. This was not a perfect fit at first, okay? But it's okay, you're not gonna see that. Here's the fireplace. And again, supports. I don't know if you guys want to see this part, but it's satisfying to me sometimes. Like, this is a satisfying pull. Watch this. Wait for it. Yeah, melting those edges. This was a flicker light from Halloween. You gotta take a battery, any electronic, you gotta take the battery power source away before you start messing with it, okay? That's all I know. Yeah, I got it. Here's a row life light. Toss that. No, just kidding. We're saving it for later. I don't have a wire stripper thing, but I just, did what I could. Okay, now first, I need to change these and they didn't work. Because I was like white to white and then yellow to gray probably. But no, it was white to gray, white to yellow. I don't know if this is safe. But anyways, we're gonna paint the fireplace. It's black on the inside. So a little bit of black, a little bit of that paint stuff, the airbrush flow medium, which I think it just dries slower and it makes it thinner, makes it a little smoother and a little bit shiny. Okay, so carefully, I was not careful. I made a mess here. Look at that. I used a pill container top for this because I tested the hot glue, whether or not I could pop it off there after it dried, and it popped right off. I'm making the fire with hot glue. This took a lot of patience. Tested it, make sure it worked. More flames. We need more flames. More flames, even more. Hold it. And now the flames aren't clear. Some of that flow acrylic, some of that other acrylic. Slap that on there. Yep. It's beautiful. Beautiful, yes. Since I used mainly flow acrylic, it dried a little transparent, which is exactly what I wanted. And then I pretended to pop this off because I popped it off because I was too excited and then I didn't film it, so I re-pretended. Slide that inside the fireplace. See what it looks like. It's so cute. Oh God, look at it. Now we get to glue the other set of stairs because the fireplace is a load-bearing fireplace. Now I'm gonna make another light for the closet, which happens to be the bathroom floor. Pop that right on there. Glue down the stairs. This railing isn't in her set, but I don't know, I just thought it looked cute. So, creative liberties. Cute little heart toilet. It's so cute. Clean it up with that X-Acto. See, this is one of the smaller nozzle prints because we need a little bit more detail. Look at the lid closes. I just got some mirror vinyl. It's a little wrinkly, but it's fine. We're gonna make this mirror light up. Glue it to the frame of the mirror, which I made really thin. And then I glued it down with just a bunch of hot glue. And then adding more mirror backing so then the light wouldn't shine through the mirror. And then I glued the light on. Ooh. Since I printed the frame thin, it made it so the light could filter through. It's so cute. And then I attached the toilet to the wall because it works as our L bracket to make it 90 degrees when I install the wall. Here's our tub. I did not use this tub actually. This is a decoy tub. This is the first tub I tried and I did not like the shape. The shape was weird and so I reprinted it. And then I made this little toilet holder. The toilet roll I got off Thingiverse. And then this is her little vanity. Adding the mirror to it. Gluing it on, of course not in focus. The little chair. And then cleaning up the railing on that deck part. What is it? The third floor of the deck? Is a deck not a floor? I used super glue for that part. I don't know why. It was faster. And then this part snapped off, so I'm just putting it back. It's fine. It's fine. No, it's not. Okay, it is. More super glue for the railing on the other side of the deck. Careful.
Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob!
Now this is a little camera. Cleaning up those supports. Painting the little logo on the old school camera. Here's the lens. Here's some UV resin. I used, I don't know what I used. I think that's the back of a paintbrush. Mixing it around, adding another glob, and UV curing it. Okay, this is an amazing little teeny tiny little printer. Teensy tansy. Here's another light from Row Life. Pulling the light through. Now I ended up taking that light out and then replacing it with two other lights because I really wanted a little red light on the top of the camera. Even though I just filled the whole thing with hot glue right there, I actually carved all the hot glue back out. Here are these little curtains that I also made off camera. More little curtains. I think I added more curtains than the stage has because it just looks cute. Little ruffles. Cute little ruffles. Using my little label maker that my sibling got me to label all of the cables. Label the cables. Again, taking the little coating stuff off the wires without a wire stripper thing. Wire cutters? I don't know. Twisting these two together. Again, I don't know if this is safe, but I did it. And it worked. But I don't know if it's safe. So don't take this as advice at all. And then I covered it with some wire tape, electrical tape. And then I'm putting a magnet here with no context. Yep. And then here I am plugging in all of the little things. They're so cute. Little plugs. A little outlet. It's so cute. Plugging it in. And then I made this also off camera. Putting little mirrors that I also made off camera. Carefully. And then the bed that I also made off camera. And then here, watch this. Put our little vanity and the little stool. And then she has like this little fur thing here that she lays on. Here's our little camera. You can see all the cables now because there's more lights. Let's make our little pocket pop star. Her banana yellow hair. And then a rough base for the shoes. I use my teeny tiny little X-Acto to cut that open. And then covered it in glitter. Here's my test. I didn't know if I was going to do the skin before or after the glitter, and then I decided it needs to go before. And again, I used that 0.2 nozzle when I printed her, so then her details would shine through. Some blush. More glitter. This matches her little outfit in her closet. More glitter. Tap, tap, tap. And then I did the silver parts. I think doing the smaller parts first is probably better. More sprinkling. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. And on her boots, I was totally out of frame when I painted her face, so that's cool. I made her this cute little heart base. And of course, her Pretty Girl Avenue sign. I went over the letters with my little acrylic marker pen. Then I made this little pole out of a toothpick and a bead. Get ready for the reveal. Little Sabrina on her stage. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.